everyone, it's Jenna. Welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we're gonna head off to Hobby Lobby and I'm gonna take you all through the store and show you some of those pieces that could really help to give your space that high-end designer feel. But of course, they won't break the bank because they're at those amazing Hobby Lobby prices. So I'm gonna give you some high-end dupe comparisons and just show you some fun styling tips and ideas as we move through the store. And then we're gonna come back home and I'll show you everything that I found for my space and how I styled it throughout my home. So it should be a really fun video. And yeah, without further ado, let's go to Hobby Lobby. All right, so here we are at Hobby Lobby, and I always just like to state that unless something has a yellow Your Price sticker on it, you can usually wait until it's on a weekly rotating 50% off sale. So I will be quoting the price after the 50% off discount in this video. And one of the things that you can find for a steal here are woven baskets and trays. And designers use these all the time to intentionally corral decor items to help add warmth and texture to their overall design. And sometimes they're just used for decor purposes, like on a coffee table, and then sometimes they're used for practical purposes too, like when serving guests at a table. And there are so many different uses for these, and they add so much to the aesthetic of your space as well as doubling as practical decor. You can use these for hiding shoes in an entryway underneath a bench. You can use them in a pantry or maybe on decorative shelves. I even thought this little woven bowl would be perfect to have on an entryway table to maybe toss some car keys into, and for $4 it would add a lot of texture and warmth to a space. Another thing that I spotted for a great deal were these basket wall art discs, and they were all right around the $17 price range, which is crazy when you consider that a set of 3 will cost you $400 at Pottery Barn. And they came in a bunch of different colors and patterns, so you can easily mix and match your favorite ones. And these are such an affordable way to add some visual interest to a blank wall. And I've also seen designers create a similar look by using hats, which is really cool because it's something that you may already own. So next I headed on over to the home decor section, and one of the things that I was really impressed with was their vase selection. And they had some really expensive looking vases that mimicked shapes of much more costly designer vases. These are great staple pieces to keep out year round and fill with some stems to make a statement on a coffee table, a console table, a dining table, or a kitchen island. Also, if you are looking to dress up your kitchen countertop, then definitely come to Hobby Lobby because they have so many ways to do that, like these textured canisters. They also had a matching butter dish, which would be great for the entertainer. And something else I find to be very useful in the kitchen are ceramic measuring cups. They are super durable, and I like that they can withstand hot liquid, unlike some plastics, since I use these a lot for setting aside pasta water in my pasta recipes. They make for great gifts as well, and I also love this cute little winged salt and pepper shaker set. I love how they have that rustic old world feel to them. And something else that caught my eye was this flower berry colander, which looked super similar to the one that they used to sell at Urban Outfitters that has since been discontinued. I was kind of bummed though that the tag said for decorative use only, but this still would look really cute out on some open shelving or a countertop. So something else that Hobby Lobby has a ton of are vintage inspired items that, even though they're new, they have that old world charm to them to help add character to your space, like these rustic dinner bells. I also really love the vintagey feel of this brown handled jar. It did come in 2 sizes, and I thought the larger size would be perfect to use as a kitchen crock out on the countertop. And then I actually had fun with the smaller size. I went over to the floral section and added this faux asparagus bush and popped it on this rustic side table. And as you can see, it would just make such a sweet little accent piece that you could pop in a bathroom, on a shelf, or a side table. I also love the distressed look of these little footed planters for $23.50 after the discount. And these are a really great replica of the actual antique ones that can literally go for thousands of dollars. So the fact that these are less than $25 is crazy. They also have these black rustic handled pots for $20 that resemble expensive antique clay pottery that I'm always seeing designers use throughout their spaces. And they have this rustic clay look available in lots of different vase shapes and sizes. So incorporating these into your decorating is a great way to get that designer look for less. I also really loved these earthy colored bud vases for smaller accent pieces, which are always great to have on hand, and they really reminded me of antique ink bottles. So again, just another great way to achieve a vintage look in an affordable way. And if you're into more of a boho or coastal vibe, these woven canisters would be great for some hidden aesthetic storage. And even if you don't want a super coastal feel in your space, you can still mix and match coastal pieces with other decor styles for a more relaxed vibe, which is what I try to do in my spaces with things similar to this woven glass vase. Another thing that Hobby Lobby is great for is helping to decorate those awkward blank walls. And I loved this little ceramic wall planter. It would be so cute to add some air plants or maybe some other succulents to dress up a blank wall, or to add into a gallery wall for some added visual interest and variety. So something that I'm seeing lots of designers decorate with right now are framed sketches. And I love the look of this sweet, simple framed countryside villa sketch. And it was only $15 after discount, which is a great deal considering it also comes with the frame. And another thing that helps to give your space a high-end earthy feel is a vintage inspired landscape painting. And there are no shortage of them here. They have so many different sizes, settings, and color schemes available. So you're sure to find one that fits perfectly into your space. So another spot that I always like to swing through is the seasonal decor section. And right now, spring is slowly trickling in and it's all priced at 40% off. And something that I saw for a steal were these seagrass chargers that would add so much warmth to a spring or summer tablescape. And they were only $5, while super similar ones are sold on Wayfair for $16 each. So I thought that was a great deal. They also had some great pieces to help dress up a countertop and make it look more aesthetic. And I loved these wood serving boards and how they had a slight distressed rustic look to them. They would add so much warmth and visual interest propped up against a backsplash, and that's something I always try to do to help my countertop feel a little bit more homey and styled. I also talked about this in my most recent home decor haul, but something that I love to collect is hand-blown glassware, and they have these really fun blue confetti glasses that would be perfect for cocktails or maybe lemonade in the summer. And I love how when you look at all of them, they're slightly different in height, so you can really tell that they're handmade and each one is unique. You can find similar glasses sold on designer sites like West Elm, and they also have a bunch of different glass shapes, and they even have a matching pitcher available, which would be fun for summer gatherings. I also spotted this woven chest with a wood lid, and this would be such a great way to aesthetically hide clutter, whether that's kids' toys in a living room, beach towels, or just additional storage at the foot of a bed. I love adding woven decor into my space, and I love that this doubles as storage as well. At this point, my cart was full and it's time to head back home to show you all what I found, so I tried my best not to get distracted and to head to the checkout. All right, so we're back home, and the first thing that I picked up was this really pretty seagrass basket with a leather strap. Now, this guy was $34.99, and spring right now is 40% off. As we get closer to spring, it does move to 50% off. So I paid $21 for this, and I thought that was actually a really good deal because I actually saw one that looked almost identical online for $40, which is almost twice the price. So I like that this had a designer feel to it. And when I was in the store, I even went over to the flower section and tested this out with some pretty lavender stems for spring. And I was sold. I was like, oh my gosh, this is perfect. I didn't buy the lavender stems because they weren't on sale that week, but I probably am gonna go back to get them. So what I thought this would be really pretty to use for would be our entryway. Last year, I actually put a hanging basket on our front door and some birds nested in it, which is really great, but it was also super duper messy. They went to the bathroom everywhere. It dropped all over my nice, pretty new doormat, and we couldn't really use our front door because we felt like we were disturbing them. So this year what I'm going to do is use it on the inside of our front door, and I actually think it'll be better in there because we have a lot of white in that area, and I think that this will really help to warm it up. And I'm just gonna add some pretty stems to kind of make it feel fresh and styled and just ready for the spring season. So I thought that that would be a cute use for this. And this is a great year-round staple piece because as the seasons change, I can just swap out my florals when, you know, it's fall or Christmas time. So I really liked this one, and I'm excited to see how it kind of warms up our entryway. All right, so next I found this really pretty ceramic canister. Now this was also in the spring section, and this was priced at $30. So I had the 40% discount, so I paid $18 for this. So I do have a lot of canisters in my home already, but I don't have anything with a little spoon ready to go. I like the neutral look of this, and I'm gonna just use this on our kitchen countertop because I cook a lot of sauces and we do a lot of those meal delivery kits, and they're always calling for like a little teaspoon of sugar, and I never see it until I'm reading through that direction and I have everything going on the stove, and you know, it's really just kind of annoying to go into my pantry and get the sugar. So every time I'm cooking something like that, I'm like, I wish I just had it out on my countertop in like a little thing. So what I'm gonna do is just put sugar in here, and I like that the spoon adds a little bit of warmth with that darker wood. We have some pretty darker wood distressed breadboards against our backsplash, so that will kind of help to tie those in. My only complaint is when you take the lid off, it's just kind of annoying to work around the spoon. I mean, it can be done, but you know, it's just like a little annoying. But what I do like about this is that it has this suction cup here, because sometimes with Hobby Lobby's canisters, they just don't seem to have that much of a seal. So this one was decent, so I'm gonna test it out. Hopefully it'll be good to hold my sugar, and just a practical, pretty decor piece to have out on my countertop. All right, so most of you who follow the channel know I have a vase buying problem, but recently I've started to have a pitcher buying problem as well. And I had to pick this one up. I don't know. I told myself I didn't need it like a million times, and I tried to even put it back twice, but I just couldn't do it. It was so pretty. There was only one of them, and this guy was only $16 after discount, and I thought that was a really good deal. I just love the distressed, like primitive look of this. It kind of has that old world feel to it. And the thing that kind of made me have some pause was that on the bottom here, it just says for decorative use only. And I know a lot of you know that I like to actually use my pitchers. So I was kind of bummed that I couldn't use it for serving. But I just figured that this was such a pretty piece, and in our upstairs game room, we have a lot of these kind of like rusty brown terracotta tones, so I figured it would be a really nice decor piece to kind of tie in that color scheme up there. So we have some shelves and a little built-in unit around our TV with our desk, and I just figured this would be perfect up there to kind of give it that old world rustic feel. And for $16, you know I didn't need another picture, but I couldn't pass this one up. All right, so I'm a really big fan of that kind of chalky, distressed, charcoaly look when it comes to vases, and I have one that I got at home a while back on our dining room table, and I get so many questions about it. And you guys, Hobby Lobby has so many pieces that have that similar look right now for amazing prices. So I picked up this smaller vase. This guy was $13. It was $26, but $13 after discount. So I picked this guy up to just kind of accent our living room. I thought it'd be really pretty for the springtime. I'm just gonna pop some burgundy stems in there that I actually got at Hobby Lobby a while back. And I just love the kind of rustic, old world distressed look that this is going to give to my living room. Most designers use distressed pieces in their styling, so I feel like when these are layered into my space, it kind of just helps to give it that warm, rich look with lots of character. And I love that this piece kind of has that old world vintagey charm to it. So I think it's gonna be the perfect addition to our living room and just a really great layering piece to have on hand. All right, so the next piece that I found was this super cute little bird sculpture. It's super heavy. I think it's made out of like bronze or metal, and this guy was $22, so I got it for 11 bucks after the discount. And that's actually a really great deal because there's a super similar looking one on Amazon that costs $52, which is crazy because the short one costs more than the big one. There's two sizes on Amazon, and the small one costs $52. So I thought $11 was a great deal for this. And I got this because I loved how it kind of had a coastal vibe, but it's made out of like more of a modern bronze, so it kind of blends two styles, which I love. My grandma also has a bird sculpture collection, so it reminded me of her. So I'm always on the hunt for pieces that are unique and have meaning to me to help complete groups of threes when styling, because I think styling in a group of three is the most visually pleasing, and that's something that a lot of designers do when doing shelf styling or coffee table styling or console table styling. They'll kind of make a little group of three things that have different different heights and there's a little bit of variation to them. So this is a great piece to have on hand for that. And I think I'm just gonna use it on the shelves in our bedroom to create a group of 3 with a picture frame and a little plant that I have. So it'll also help tie in the black accent that we have going on in our bedroom, and it'll also add some contrast in there. So definitely a pretty styling piece to have on hand. All right, so it's not a trip to Hobby Lobby if I don't pick up a great seasonal candle, and I found this really pretty sunburst melon candle. This guy was $20 and I found it in the spring section, so it was 40% off, so it was $12. And it is a single wick, but I am telling you, this is such a strongly scented candle. Like, the strongness of the scent will knock you over. So if you don't like richly scented candles, this one's probably not for you. But if you just love the scent of a candle to like fill your entire home and you to be smelling it all day long, you will be with this one. So I loved the look of this with just the simple textured kind of milky glass. I thought that looked very elegant and expensive. The sunburst melon scent smells so yummy. It's just a perfect like springtime, summertime scent. And for those of you who are familiar with Yankee Candle, this smells exactly like the pink sand scent. So I bought several of these. I bought 2 of this size and then I bought one in this little size for my desk. And this guy was $8.99 before the discount. These would also make really great gifts for a candle lover or just something to have on hand if you need a last minute gift. But if you are on your way to Hobby Lobby, definitely check this one out because this is my new favorite. All right, so these next 2 pieces kind of go together, and the first one that I picked up was this really pretty seagrass picture frame, and this guy was $18, so $9 after discount, and I got this because it looked almost identical to the rope picture frame that McGee & Co sells for $72. So I figured this was a great designer dupe and also just a great way to add texture and warmth to a space. And then I also got this little bowl to go with it, so I'm gonna style the 2 of these together, and this guy was $40, so $20 after discount. And again, it's just that really pretty kind of charcoal distressed antique look. What I'm gonna use these for is my mother-in-law passed away from cancer last year, and I just kind of wanted to have something in our home that reminded us of her. So instead of like ashes in an urn or whatever, Mike got her ashes made into these stones. I will list the company below on the screen that he used because I can't remember right now, but that's kind of what he wanted to do. So I'm gonna put the stones in here, and then we'll probably put like a black and white picture in here that really reminds us of her and her personality and just who she was. So it'll be nice to have kind of a little spot where we're always reminded of her in our home. All right, everyone, that about wraps up this video. I hope that you enjoyed seeing this Hobby Lobby shop with me and haul. If you did, please give this video a thumbs up. It really does help to support my channel. And I just want to thank you all so much for watching this video and for all of your kind comments and support. It really does just mean so much to me. So yeah, I just want to thank you all again for watching this video, and I will see you all in my next one. Bye!